What's good, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It's me. I'm back again after years of disappearing. I think it's a year or two of disappearing due to some reasons. I'm finally back, and today we are rating gaming setups. And today we have this ultimate gaming setup and room tour of 2026 by Spawn Point. So with no further ado, let's get out into the video and see what we got.
Hello everyone, it's Spawn Point and welcome to my new gaming setup and room tour video for 2026. It's something that I've been working on over the last few weeks, and today I want to show you everything that I've done. The new desk setup, new chair and accessories, as well as how I'm using this for both gaming and work. But as always, I've linked you...
Before we get any further, GTA 6 comes out November 19th of 2026. I only have a PS4. Obviously PS4 doesn't support GTA 6, so I need to get a PS5 because I'm not gonna wait for a PC GTA 6. That's a whole year of waiting. But I'll see how much money I manage to save, and then I'll see if I can buy GTA 6 or I'll just have to wait for the PC version.
Everything down below in case there's something I show you today that you like, and hopefully it will give you some ideas for your own setups. Now, although almost everything else in my setup has changed since last year, the only thing I decided to keep was the desk itself, and that's because I just could not find another desk that I wanted, and it's called the Secretlab Magnus Pro XL, and I've actually been using the black version on the other side of my room for about 3 years now, and it is still the best desk that I've ever had. Now, I did originally have a white leather pad on here, but I felt it looked a little bit cold, so I wanted to soften it up with a...
Having a mouse pad that covers your entire desk is mad business. It's genius, because wherever you place your mouse you can use it freely, so... But the entire table, that's mad. I'm thinking you have to customize this, or you just have to buy it with the table, because there's no way you're gonna find a mouse pad that fits your table exactly if it's not customized or comes with the table.
Suede one instead. But the reason that I like these desks is because although it is a sit-stand desk, the control panel is very cleverly built into the front here. So it means I can tap just a couple of buttons to move it up or down, which I honestly use for standing far more than...
Yep. Having a desk that you can adjust the height has to be one of the best things you can do to your gaming setup, because sometimes you just wanna use your, I don't know, PC standing up. You don't wanna sit down, and sometimes your chair is like too low and then your screen is way above your eye line. It's a lot, so having a desk can adjust, perfect.
I ever thought I would. Plus it means you can adjust the height to exactly where you need it. Yeah. And I say this every time, but I spend way too long on cable management in these setups. Like, I literally try to hide any loose cables from being seen at all. But fortunately it's pretty easy with this desk. One, because of this tray at the back allows me to hide all of the power packs and cables inside of it, but also...
This has to be one of the best desks I've seen in my life. Because you hide every mess that you can have. Literally everything is hidden. Every single cable is at the back. There's no cable lying around. There's no lingering cables. This is clean. I gotta give it to the guy. This is clean.
So because the desk has integrated power inside of the leg column itself, it means there are no cables hanging down at all. And then under here on the left side, I have installed one of these U-Green USB boxes that I kind of use as a USB charging hub. I literally...
That right there, that is a great invention. Yes, that is a great invention. Because do you understand how messy chargers are when you're charging maybe your phone or your laptop, and it's a lot. So having this kind of thing, perfect. And you don't even have to get the twin pin plug. Oof, nice.
Stuck it to the bottom of the desk with 3M tape and then ran the power lead down the side. And it now means I can quickly plug devices in to charge them when I need to. Now I'll come back to the other things on my desk in a second, but let me show you the chair. So this is the Herman Miller and Body Logitech G in the new Nova colour, and I absolutely love it. If you follow me for a while, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Herman Miller chairs. I've had this in Body since my old house, so about 5 years, and I've also got an Aeron and 2 Vantums in the house in different setups. Now not only is it the comfiest chair in my opinion from their lineup, I also think it's the nicest looking gaming chair that you can buy, period. It's got this frameless design where the entire back of the chair kind of looks like a spine, if that makes sense, with this crazy cool design that flexes and moves as you twist your body. Nice. But it's the new colour that does it.
I didn't know chairs could do this. This has to be... I know I said the table has to be one of the best desks I've seen, but the chair also has to be one of the best I've seen. because it twists with your back. That way, whichever position your back is, it's comfortable regardless of which direction you're twisting it to. Massive inventions, man. Massive inventions.
For me. I know it's not black or monochrome like the rest of the setup, but I really wanted a chair this time that just added a little bit of colour. And honestly, I'm really happy with how the purple and navy has turned out in the setup, as it was a little bit of a risk. As for the comfort, well, it's quite a firm chair, which I like. It's more like a sports car seat rather than a soft sofa or couch, which is what you need when you're sitting at it for hours at a time. Also, there are loads of adjustments like height and tilt. Both arms can be adjusted to, both up and in. And you can even pull the support out at the bottom for the seat depth. I literally rolled this out of the box today, adjusted the height, and I haven't touched it since. And although the wheels do work on carpet, I've still got a carpet protector underneath. Now this is one of those hard plastic sheets that stops the carpet from getting marked and helps a little more with moving the chair around. As for the monitor, I'm using LG's 45-inch 5K 2K OLED, which is called the GX9. Now, it's technically a gaming monitor because it's an LG Ultra Gear screen, but I use it for both work and gaming, and that's because it's wide enough that I can snap 2 windows or tabs on for scripting, watching YouTube, or listening to music, and of course it is perfect for editing videos. Now, it might look a little bit overkill, but honestly, once you've used an ultra-wide for working on, it is hard to go back to a smaller screen. Now, I know what you're thinking, there's space here for 2 or even 3 screens, but I just like the single monitor setup, and I think it looks so much cleaner this way. And then this screen is mounted to the Secretlab Magnus-Arm, the heavy duty version. I did also try the Monitorizer too, but I just wasn't super happy with how it turned out, so I've just stuck with the monitor arm. Plus it gives me the full flexibility to move it around to get the perfect height, and it frees up a little bit of space where the monitor stand would have been. And don't forget that these monitor arms can be installed on any desk, it doesn't just need to be their own desks. And this monitor is connected to my PC under here, which is running an RTX 5080, 64GB of RAM, 4TB of storage, and the i9 14900K.
4 terabytes of storage. What are you storing in? What are you storing in 4 terabytes of storage? Damn. This is just pure greed.
Processor. It's also got loads of RGB like these Corsair fans and the iCUE liquid cooler LCD, although I usually end up using it in a full blacked out stealthy look instead. And if you're wondering how I've attached this to my desk, well, this is a PC bracket that screws onto the side of the leg so it can move up and down with the desk, and it kind of looks like it's floating. As for the case, well, this is the Fractal North XL, which is probably one of the cleanest PC cases that you can buy right now. It's got this black, walnut and gold colour theme going on, and I think it looks more like a piece of furniture than an actual gaming PC. But then when it comes to gaming, this is what I basically use for anything that takes advantage of the ultra-wide screen. So even jumping into games like God of War or Forza, as there's something special about gaming on a screen this wide. And I can tell you now that RTX 5080 handles pretty much anything I throw at it. And then this here is the Corsair Galleon 100 SD, and it's basically
what is a keyboard of a screen? What is that screen from?
A mechanical gaming keyboard with a Stream Deck built into it. Now,
whoa! I have never seen this in my life. What? Wow.
Now, it is expensive for a keyboard, but it does combine 2 products into one that I was going to buy anyway. So firstly, it's got 12 buttons on the right, which can all be customized and programmed in the Stream Deck software. So I can have it open up games or different softwares, or just use it as a normal number keypad. Then above the buttons, there's this really nice 5-inch display, which can display pretty much anything that you want. And there's also a couple of dials at the top. Now, the fact that I was going to buy a Stream Deck anyway, I think this looks so much cleaner in the setup and kind of takes up less space. As for the mouse, well, I'm using the new Logitech Pro X2 Superstrike. This literally only launched this week, and I have only been using it for the last few days, but I've got to say, this is nice. I've always used the Superlight 2, so this is a real nice upgrade to that. But the main thing to note is the new buttons are now haptic, which not only means it clicks faster, but it also feels really satisfying. Also, I do like the dual colour, the white and the black. I think it's totally different to what we've seen before. Now, although it doesn't always sit on this desk, I do sometimes move my PS5 Pro over here as well. Now, the reason I rarely use it is because it doesn't really work with the ultra-wide, so you always get these black bars on either side. But it is useful when I want to capture gameplay, as I can plug it straight into my PC and record it that way. But as for the PS5 itself, this is the 30th Anniversary Pro Edition that comes with the PS1 grey theme and the retro logo on the side. Now, as well as the PC, I also have a MacBook Pro for my video editing and creative stuff. Now, I actually use this for making my weekly videos, including script writing, my audio, and editing them in Final Cut Pro. Now, of course, I could do all of this on my PC apart from the Final Cut Pro, but I like being able to just grab it and move it around the house when I need to. As for the model, it's nothing new, it's a 2021 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. This is then docked into one of these human-centric stands, which I went for in black. And I quite like that it comes with different rubber seals in the box, so you can fit pretty much any laptop or MacBook that you have. And something that I only very recently added to the setup are these speakers, the Cambridge Audio LRS. Now, when I was planning the new setup, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go for white or black, but seeing them now in the setup, I am so pleased I went black. They've got this matte black finish, which is exactly what I wanted, and I also liked that the tweeter adds a little splash of colour to the front. Now, I've been using them to play music at my desk while I'm working, but they also support both USB-C and Bluetooth, and it means that I can then stream off my PC, MacBook, or even my phone, which is really cool. But yeah, as for the speakers themselves, they sound awesome, and they are a huge step up from the Kanto YU2s that I used to have. Plus, I think they look really nice against the light desk, giving it a nice bit of contrast. Then behind that, I'm using the Blue Sonar mic. This is an XLR mic that I use every week for my audio, and that is connected to the Blue Compass mic arm, which I still think is one of the nicest looking microphone arms that you can buy. It's got cable management built in so you can hide all of the wires, and it's a nice chunky design that I can just grab and move it around.
Gotta give it to the guy. I like this guy's cable management. Like, the cable management is just so perfect. There are no unnecessary lingering cables, dog. Everything is put in place. There's no mess. The setup is clean, to say the least. Clean.
For when I'm recording my audio. And as this mic is an XLR, that is then connected to this interface down here, the Evo 4. This controls the volume, gain and levels as I'm recording, and as it's got a headphone port, I can listen to my voice as I'm recording. And that's where these old Sony headphones come in that I've been using for about 6 years now. I think I've changed the cushions on these about 3 times already, as they always fall apart. Then next to that, I've got a MagSafe charger that I use for my iPhone. It's from a company called Grovemade, which they normally do wood-coloured accessories like walnuts, but I thought the all-black version would be perfect for the desk. And then next to the desk, I used to have a black filing cabinet that I have replaced with these shelves that have a couple of drawers underneath. This was one of those Amazon bargains that I found, and I think it turned out alright. It's got a metal frame which just slots together, and it just attaches to the wall with a couple of screws. Now, I've tried to keep it pretty minimal and clean, so I've not got a great deal on it yet. But I have got my YouTube play button on the top, which I did manage to hit last summer. So thank you guys, although if you're not subscribed and you like gaming tech, now would be the perfect time to subscribe. There's also the Ghost of Yotei Collector's Edition mask that I got last year when the game launched, and it's probably one of my favourite CEs. Then there's some of these wooden PlayStation icons, which are a little nicer looking than the plastic ones I had before. This is a little Lego 911 GT3 RS that I built with my son over Christmas, which adds a little bit of colour to the shelves. I've also got a 30th anniversary PlayStation Portal at the bottom, which I've never actually powered on, so it's still got the screen protector.
What? How can you have that and not power it on? At least, just use it once and then put it away. But if it was me, I was gonna carry it with me everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, it will be in my bag. Everywhere.
Installed, as well as a DualSense Edge controller in black, which is sitting in one of these Geek-Made Designs controller holders. And as I know you're dying to see what's inside, this is what my drawers look like. So there's a few pencils, some loose change, and a PlayStation Vita in here as well. Then under that, we've got a couple of cases filled with USB cables and my portable SSDs, but that's pretty much it. As for the walls and the art and things over here, I've still got these 2 frames which are basically broken or dissected pieces of tech. So we've got the DualShock controller from the PlayStation 1s, you can see the analog sticks and the other internal pieces, and under that is the PSP. Now these are both from a company called Grid Studio. Then above my desk, we've got this Tony Hawk's Pro Skater skateboard that we got in the collector's edition last year. Now, it's not something that I've ever used, but I really liked the design, so I bought a bracket off eBay and stuck it to the wall. And then next to that is the framed Spider-Man 2 disc and steelbook. I think this is a really cool design. And then over here, this is a shot that I took of my car on the day that I bought it last year. It's a Porsche 911 992 Turbo S. I actually did a short about it when I first bought the car back in February, but I never got around to making a full video in the end. But this is something I really wanted to show you today. This is the start of my wall of steelbook cases. So I wanted to start displaying my collection of steelbooks in a really cool way and thought magnets would be the best way to do it. So these are called Maglevate, which I've linked to down below with a discount, and they simply stick to your wall like this, and then you can add and remove your steelbooks however you'd like. It's such a simple and clean way to do it, and it means I can swap the cases out as often as I'd like, and it's not going to damage them either. Now these are currently my favourite designs, but I do have a few more that I've just not decided if I'm going to put them all on the wall or just rotate them when I want to. Also, let me quickly show you the lighting that I'm using. Now, when I'm taking shots or making these videos, I'll have these 8 ceiling lights set to 100% and white. But this isn't how the room looks all of the time, because all of the other lights can be used to create a whole different vibe, whether I want it warm and cozy with this nice yellow glow, or full-on neon RGB, and this is all done with Govee lights. So firstly, I've got an RGB strip across the back of the desk, and I also have one of these floor lamps right in the corner, which is the Govee floor lamp. Now, the advantage of using the same lights across all of the setup is it means I can create a theme in the app and completely change the entire vibe of the room at a click of a button. Now, I wasn't sure whether this was going to be a whole room tour or just a desk tour, so it's a kind of hybrid of the two, because directly behind this desk I have my all black setup that you've probably seen quite a lot on the channel. Now, this is what I would call my dedicated gaming setup, as it's where I play my PlayStation 5 or when I'm playing online with my mates. I try to keep it tidy and ready to go whenever I need to film a new video or create content, like when PlayStation announces a new game or a new state of play. I also use it for my monitor reviews here on the channel. Now, I might do an updated desk tour later this year, but anyway, here it is. It's got the same chair, same desk, just in a different colour. Then next to that is the shelving that I use for displaying all...
Yeah. I like this display more than the other one. How many PS5 do you have? You have 3. Damn. So many controllers. I like the Spider-Man mask. I'm not gonna lie. I like that thing. Looks pretty cool, you know.
All of my gaming merch. So I've got loads of different PlayStation 5 controllers, a few limited edition consoles, and I've also got a few collector's editions as well. And then next to that is a huge Xbox fridge that I don't actually have switched on, as I use it for...
That was a console. I was wondering what kind of console is that huge. But anyways.
Storage. But to be honest, this area hasn't really changed in 3 years, so I'm feeling it needs an update. Otherwise, that's the whole room, my work and gaming setups that I use every day, and honestly, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I wanted to create a space that I could work and game and didn't want to go too minimal or clean this time, which is why I've added a lot more gaming merch to the walls. But even with that said, I do actually have future plans for this year, which mainly involves wanting to build my very first sim racing setup. Now, I've not decided where it will go or what I want exactly, but I would love to finally get into using a wheel instead of a controller. Any suggestions or ideas you've got for a new racing sim setup, just let me know. And also let me know what you think to the setup. Do you think I've managed to achieve the clean but gaming focused look? I'll drop a nice setup in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out this video next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.
That was the end of it. Setup is clean. I'll give him that. He asked if he managed to achieve the cleanliness. It's clean, dog. Like extra clean. Damn. Yeah, it is clean. But I like it. I like the Spider-Man mask, like I said. I also like I forgot what he said, the thing he used to put his PC on so it goes up and down with the table. That is also pretty cool. So out of 10, I'd give the setup 9. There's something wrong with the setup. I don't know why I'm giving it 9 instead of 10, but I'd give it 9. Yeah, a clean 9. Anyways, thank you for watching and I shall catch you on the next one.